YouTube, what's good, guys? We back for another one. We got my son and Streak. They got game two here, guys. Last game it was game one. So I told you guys I would put up game two. So here goes the game two. They got themselves a little mini series that they had going on here. So, they switched up teams a little bit. Streak decided he was going to be the Lions, and my son chose the Cowboys. So, when you think about the Cowboys, you know what to think. When you think about the Lions, you kind of know what to think. So, the Lions, powerful team. You look at, I think, in my opinion, the Lions are probably top five in the game, in my opinion, because they have a pretty fast defense. They have Calvin Johnson, who's a beast. They got Best, who's extremely fast. So they have good people all the way around. I also think the Cowboys, top five, top 10 as well. Fast defense, fast running back, fast offense. I mean, look at Felix Jones. I mean, that's stupid fast speed right there. I mean, that's up the middle, and he's off for the castle run. So, my son started off fast real quick, and Street kept running this play here, and it was effective. I mean, you see that move right there, and Best is a monster. You're not catching him from behind unless you're Chris Johnson, and Chris Johnson doesn't play defense. So, I mean, you know, we see how this game turned out. It's turning out so far. It looks like the run is gonna be what prevails people. My son hates running, so he likes to just pass it, and he's gonna keep passing until somebody just runs that special type of D to stop him. You see him, boom, he's in there. So Streak, it looks like he was running, a little bit of man to man here, and I don't know. It's weird, guys, is that I don't know what it is about man to man. Is that I don't. I mean, to me, in my opinion, one thing I've realized when I play, because I actually got a couple of games, and look at this same play, and he's picking up big yards each time. Every single time I play, for some reason, when I do stuff that other people do, it doesn't work for me. Like, how some people are able to blanket defense. That was unfortunate right there. Some people blanket defense and it works out real good for them. When I try to do that, somebody always seems to be open. So when I run man to man, people are running the slant outs, things like that. So, I think sometimes it's all about, what fits your style. Because when I see other people running things, and I'm like, hey, I run the same thing, but they may be more effective than me, or I may be more effective than them. Sometimes it just depends on you know what team you use, different things like that. I have noticed that in this year's Madden, a little bit of contrary from last year and previous Maddens, is that defensive line makes a big difference. Sometimes if you're playing with a weak team and the defensive line is not that good, sometimes it'll end up being where the guys don't like. Oh, that was pretty right there. That was just straight up the middle. Sometimes like if you have a real good defensive line, they stop all the runs. But then sometimes when you're playing with a faulty team, see, he's running the same plan. I don't know if my son just couldn't stop it or what, but Streak found something he liked and kept going with it. Again, sometimes I think when you have a good defensive line, you're able to block everything. Meaning you're opening up big holes. I think a good team that does that is the Ravens. I think the Ravens are a real good team when it comes to their defensive line, getting off of their blocks, locking people up, stuff. Oh, that was nice. I think that they're real good at that. Sometimes when you're playing with a weaker team, sometimes you don't have the ability of getting off of those blocks. So somebody like a Ray Rice, who's not extremely fast, might be able to slip through a hole and be off to the races. You know what I mean? So sometimes, guys, it's just knowing your personnel and who you're playing with. And one thing I've done in past Maddens that I really haven't done this year that I think I really need to do is hit the lab. I know that there's some people that like to just get the game and just start playing. My son is like that. And this year he kind of convinced me, Dad, why don't you just get in and start playing? Don't get in practice mode. Don't waste your time. Just get in, and you were good last year. Jump into it this year. I think that works to an extent, but I think that in this year's Madden, it's so different that I think that defense plays a lot better. And the little slant outs and things like that you were able to do last year, you can still do this year, but to an extent. I think zone is a lot more powerful. And if zone is in the right hands with the right person that makes the proper adjustments, it's extremely dangerous. Um, I was playing a guy earlier today, and this guy was running the ball the whole game. And in situations like that, I think to myself, hey, this is going to be a boring game. But it kind of let me get into the lab a little bit because it kind of showed me, hey, you know what? There is no one play fits all cookie cutter that kind of just fits every, run. You have to literally make adjustments and like this play again, Streak keeps running the same run and it keeps burning my son. My son didn't make any adjustments. He would just come out in his same defense expecting that, hey, you know what, I'm going to eventually stop this. And I think Best had about 1,000,000 yards this game. That was a silly throw right there. I think Best had about 1,000,002, maybe 1,000,002, 1,000,003 yards. I noticed one thing once I was recording a video is that Streak is doing this the little swim glitch that they were doing last year. So I think it's not, as effective, or I don't know if he was doing it incorrectly, but looks like a glitch to me. I don't. You guys tell me what you guys think because I've seen him do it a few times. Again, I'm not real strong on the glitches and how to do them and things like that, but he kept trying to do the swim glitch, and that was a nice pick right there. He kept trying to do that swim glitch, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but you guys see how this game turned out. It looked like Streak pulled this out, so they're 1-to-1 guys. Tell me what you guys think of the defensive line, if you guys think they make a difference or not, and tell me what you guys think. I'd love to hear some of you guys' thoughts. Peace out, guys. I appreciate you.